Have you ever looked at the world and wondered why evil seems to go unpunished? Why God sometimes feels silent? Psalm 10 asks those same questions raw, real, and unfiltered. Why, Lord? Why do you seem so far away? Why do you hide yourself when trouble comes? That's how Psalm 10 begins. It's not polite. It's not soft. It's honest. The writer is looking at a world full of injustice, full of people who lie, cheat, hurt the innocent, and seem to get away with it. And in the middle of it all, God feels absent. Have you ever felt that? Psalm 10 begins with a cry, but it quickly turns into a complaint. The wicked are arrogant. They chase the poor. They boast about their desires. They say things like, "There is no God. God will never see. I'll never be moved." The psalm describes someone who lies in wait, like a predator hiding in the shadows, ready to strike the vulnerable and walk away untouched. It feels real because it is real. It's what we see in our world all the time. Greed rewarded, abuse ignored, power protecting itself, and still no answer from heaven. But Psalm 10 doesn't end there. In verse 12, something shifts. The writer stops describing evil and starts pleading again. "Arise, Lord. Lift up your hand, O God. Do not forget the helpless." He doesn't deny what's happening, but he also doesn't give up on God. He says to God, "You've seen it. You watch trouble and grief. You take it into your hands. You are the helper of the fatherless. You hear the desire of the afflicted. You will do justice for the oppressed." That's faith, not ignoring the pain, but believing that pain is not the end of the story. Psalm 10 teaches us something many people don't realize about the Bible. Faith is not blind. Faith asks hard questions. Faith cries out when God seems silent, and that is allowed. In fact, it's sacred. This psalm was sung, prayed, read aloud. God preserved it for us because He wants us to know when we feel overwhelmed by injustice, we're not alone. Others have felt it too, and God is still listening. Psalm 10 ends not with an answer, but with a declaration. The Lord is King forever and ever. Evil rises and falls. Tyrants come and go, but God remains. You may be in a place today where you're asking the same question. Where is God? Why do the wicked prosper? The answer may not come right away, but God does see. He does hear. He does act. He will not forget the afflicted, and He will not let injustice win. That is the hope of Psalm 10. Not that evil disappears overnight, but that God is still King. But what does that mean for us right now? It means we can talk to God when life feels unfair. It means we don't have to hide our feelings from Him. If we feel sad, confused, or even mad, we can say so. God isn't afraid of our honesty. In fact, He welcomes it. Psalm 10 shows us that prayer is not just saying nice things, it's saying true things because God already knows our hearts. So what can we do when we see something wrong in the world? We can pray just like the writer of Psalm 10. We can stand up for people who are being treated unfairly. We can choose kindness when others choose cruelty. And we can trust that God is working, even when we don't see it right away. Sometimes God uses us to be part of His answer to injustice. When we speak up for what's right, when we care for someone who's hurting, we're showing the love of a God who sees everything and forgets no one. So today, if you're feeling like things don't make sense, if you've been hurt, or if you're worried about people who are, remember this: God is not far away. He hears your voice. He sees what's happening. And one day, He will make it right. You can trust Him, even in the silence, even in the waiting, even when the world feels upside down, because the Lord is King forever and ever.